Hey, I'm Stephen B. Smith here. Today on Sports News Now, we'll discuss the topic, do athletes get paid too much? We will have two special guests that have two differing opinions on this topic, so stay tuned. Our first guest is George Penewigan, a sports enthusiast and journalist for Sports Digest. Please give him a warm welcome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show today. I cannot wait to discuss the topic. It is something I am very passionate about. What are your thoughts on professional athletes' salaries and if they should be paid that much? Steve, I'm glad you asked. In the society we live in today, sports are one of the most popular forms of entertainment. And yet, yes, these athletes work very hard, but there is no doubt in my mind that these athletes are getting paid too much. I can think of many occupations such as teachers, law enforcement, physicians, first responders, and military personnel that earn a lot less compared to most athletes. One example would be teachers. These teachers are shaping the minds of the future, and service workers are possibly risking their lives, all the while LeBron James is making $125 million a year. It is sometimes possible for most of these people where it's hard to make ends meet, and most of the time they're living paycheck to paycheck when their jobs are just as valuable and important to our society. If we did not have these careers, our nation would fall apart. I completely agree, but there are other sides to this argument. We have another guest who sees this issue in a totally different way. Introducing Brandon Jones, a former NBA player for the Indiana Pacers. What's up, guys? It's Brandon Jones here. Thank you for having me on this debate and letting me explain my side of the argument. It is not as simple as comparing athletes to normal careers. When you think about athletes and their large salaries, you must think of a supply and demand type of thing. The demand for sports events is a highly favored form of entertainment for all ages, and the supply for this is skilled athletes that make these sporting events possible. The sports network, sports just in general, draw in tons of people worldwide to let these people make this type of money by watching these games, paying for subscriptions, or buying their jersey, whatever it is. These athletes are working very hard, and the fans, the people, are making it possible. I'm not convinced, and I would like to make another point. I've realized while researching this issue that large salaries of these athletes can be a part of their downfall. These athletes begin to think that they are above the law. Their salaries can contribute to the ideology, and there are many examples of highly paid athletes breaking the law. One example of a well-known NFL player who threw a rage fit and threw furniture off of a 14-story apartment building, almost hitting a toddler. This athlete, in my opinion, got off a lot easier due to his fame and fortune. There are other examples of these types of incidents that I could use, but I'd run out of time. Wow, you both make great arguments, but I'm going to have to agree with George on this one. The arguments given today seem to fall short due to the huge difference of our salaries from the day-to-day workers and the athletes. No doubt the athletes work hard, and maybe should look at raising these underpaid professions' wages, or even having these athletes use their money to help those in need. But do you think the athletes are paid the same range of the normal population, that this would level the playing field? That's just a thought to consider at the end of the show. Thank you for joining us. Once again, Stephen B. Smith on Sports News Now.